Hi everyone, this is Leah. I am here to talk about my past 2 weeks at Las Vegas Challenge and then the Memorial Championship, and just give a little bit about my workhorses these past 2 weeks with the wind and the longer distances. So first of all, I just want to say congrats to the winners of both tournaments in the FPO, Paige Pierce with her stellar rounds at Wild Horse, and then also to Owen Scoggins, one of my new friends and honestly probably one of my new favorite players. Getting to see her in person was amazing. So congratulations to Owen on winning the Memorial Championship. It was really great to see such big fields. We had, I think, around 45, 46 women at Las Vegas Challenge. I finished 36th, and then at the Memorial we had 18 women and I finished 10th. So that is officially my first top 10 finish at an A tier or higher. And so that was really exciting for me. Because of my rounds at Las Vegas Challenge that were all above my rating, that and some of the other rounds that I've had, I shot up 11 points today. Woo! I'm now 859 rated. My goal is to get up to 875 because that's where a lot of that's the next registration tier for a lot of these Disc Golf Pro Tour events. If I get to 875, then I can sign up for some of these bigger tournaments earlier before they fill up. So I'm hoping to get up to 875 in the next 2 months. For both tournaments, I was throwing longer distances than I, even consider myself to be able to do. So I was hitting a lot of 300 to 350 shots consistently, where before that I used to tell myself that I could only hit 300 consistently. So I'm definitely getting more distance, and some of those discs that I was using, get out my workhorses here. Oh no. Okay, well, I don't know where some discs are. I just got back the other day, so I'm still unpacking. So this first one is Kona's Emperor from last year's run. It's 168 grams, and this has been beat in a little bit more, so I was just using it for straight lines or slight flex lines. But with the wind, I was also using it for just hyzer lines on a disc that I trusted more. And then that brings me to this year's run of Kona's Emperor. I got both of them signed at Las Vegas. So this is also 168 grams. And this one is, if you watch Kona's Emperor review video, which I think I'm in it, I'm not sure, one of her videos I'm in, it's a little bit domier and they're definitely more beefy than last year's run. So I was using this one for a lot of more overstable shots where I just wanted to make sure it would come back. And the stamp is really pretty, so that also adds to it. And then my next disc, I actually lost the one that I was using before. This is just a double stamp from Jess Weese's Fundraiser discs. And so she has this cute, cool little foil on it with little mini baskets and stuff. And this is a 173 Destroyer. The one that I lost at Las Vegas was only 166. So this one I'm gonna have to beat in a little bit more for it to become the staple in my bag like the other Destroyer was. Or just find a lighter one if this one isn't working for me. But I definitely used a lot of Destroyer throws. And then this one's one of my favorites. It's Jess Weese's Shryke, and she had a run last year with a Cheshire Cat on it. I lost that one at Las Vegas. My two that I lost were her pretty Destroyer from this year and then my Shryke from last year. But this one, it feels exactly the same as my old one, just not as beat in yet since it's right out of the box. So I threw this one some. And then last but not least, I was using last year's run a lot, but I just want to show off this stamp because I think it's so cool. This is the Allen Teebird from this year, and it's this 6 stamp of a Native woman, and Jen Allen is from, hello! And Jen Allen is from Oklahoma, so she is Cherokee, and I always love supporting Native disc golfers, and it's really cool to see that one of the best disc golfers in the world is Native too. So yeah, I always try to support Jen. These are definitely, they're a little bit domier, and last year's run I think was more stable than this year's run, but I'm really liking this one too. And it's Color Glow, it's Color Glow plastic. So those are my main drivers, and then I would say my main mid, I cannot locate it right now. It is a Rocket 3 Champion plastic, and that thing was perfect for my 200 to 250 up shots, just on a hyzer, flick, or backhand. And then for a little bit shorter shots, I have this Earhart Zone. This is this year's stamp, because the third disc that I lost, 3 total over the past 2 weeks, was his last year run Tour Series Zone. So I picked this one up at Spinners in Scottsdale next to the Vista course, and this has like a super cool rainbow stamp, and I'm loving it. So I throw a lot of flicks with this. I love this no bead for my flicks, and that was my main approach disc. Other than that, my main approach disc was this Challenger. I actually got this from Andrew Fish. He's definitely one of my favorite golfers that I haven't gotten to see too much of, but I have watched some of his coverage. And it says, "I like the things I do, so hooray for me." And honestly, that's like how I feel about disc golf. So really enjoy supporting Fish. I know he might have some left, so if you go on his Twitter, you can probably see if he has any left for sale. And then last but not least, oh no, this one was a good workhorse for me. I only had to pull this one out like 2 or 3 times over the past 2 weeks, since this is a more understable disc, but I threw the most beautiful turnover backhand with it to get around a Mando at Vista on Saturday. And so this is Vanessa VanDyken's Meteor. It's a staple in my bag for woods golf especially, but I use it some in more of these open courses. And it really just holds the line. Like, I just give it like good snap on whatever line I'm trying to do it on, and it stays there. I don't use it as much for windy conditions, but definitely a staple in my bag, especially if we're not at more of these open courses. And last but not least, if I can get it out, jeez. These are my Paige Pierce putters. Again, I switched to these like pretty recently, like maybe 2 months ago now, and I swear that these are just super easy for me to putt well with. I also saw a lot of other people using them over the past 2 weeks, so that helped validate me in loving these putters so much. And again, like, I'm always trying to support touring FPO players, so if there's a way for me to do it, I'm trying to, and so that's why I got this disc. This was a new one that I needed an extra practice one with. It's got the 2021 Memorial Championship stamp on it, and super cool. And then actually I wanted to show this off too. It's my mini. It's a glass mini that I got at Las Vegas Challenge to replace the one that I broke. And it's from Pyrohyzer. They're out of Colorado. So if you ever see Pyrohyzer anywhere, definitely check them out. I love their minis, and I think they're beautiful. I think that's it for the main workhorse discs that I use. I really didn't use many at all. I have like so many in my bag, and those were honestly the only ones that I used for about like 95% of my shots. So I'm going to throw down the mountain next. It's March 19th and 21st through 21st in Brooksville, Florida. And then my next DGPT event will be, I believe, Mid-America Open, but I'd have to double check on that. So I just wanted to give an update about how the tournaments went for me and show y'all some of the discs I used. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.